All right, what's up, everyone? I got the stream going. Let me see if, how do I get back to my, there, I think this is the button. No. There it is. There we go. All right, let me just do a couple things here real quick. You guys can hear me all right, right? I think so. Just got to post that I'm live, and we're good to go. Cool. All right, posting that now. Bruin88, what's up, dude? Let me see here. Make sure everything is squared away on my end. Cool, cool. All right. What's up, guys? Kind of let people trickle in here for a little bit, then we'll check some stuff out. Oh, I actually need to update this. My chat is acting this way. Oop, I think I just lost chat. Work. Let's see here. Apologize. One last thing, and then hopefully this will work. What's up, everyone? Why am I? Not know why my chat is doing that, but oh well. We'll work with it. Do want chat to show up, so let's do this. Wes says more Veve FUD. You don't mean that. There's times I can be not even necessarily harsh, but you know, I just give my opinion on Veve. I still think it's the best platform in the market, right? I have nothing but good things to say more often than not, but you know, certain drops I'm not a fan of. I think the market is being pretty objective, right, with the prices and what's going on. So let's see here. Would you say that our Veve fester like myself, but Veve Rise really tends to be a straight shooter? Yeah, at least that's what I try to be. I try to be a straight shooter and just call it how I see it. If you think I'm wrong, that's completely fine. That's why there's different content creators, right? Different opinions, different backgrounds, lifestyles, investment goals, whatever it may be, or fans, all that stuff. So I don't know, that's why it's like, you know, I don't tell you guys what to do, but for me it's just like, this is how I feel about it. This is coming from a guy that's, you know, living in Arizona, single, trying to invest. I love collecting. At least I started to now with through Veve and all that stuff. But I don't know. And I'm just some dude that puts on a camera. I'm no different than you guys. So what's up, Bruin? Slider, how's it going, Vibes? What's up? Like you are true to your beliefs. You said a long time ago the Avengers cover was your favorite. You still display it. Did you ever buy and market really, really cheap right now? This one? I have one. I've always had the cover. I mean, I bought it when it was, I don't know how much, but yeah, there's still a lot of collectibles I have that are, you know, down 90+%, right? So I still have a lot of those on my thing. Dino, what's up, dude? I haven't seen you in forever. Hope all is well, dude. A vibes and chill sesh, yes, sir. I actually did talk to Will yesterday over with the Cryptoys. I have to do a bit more research before I get into it. Doesn't seem like there's any kind of big rush because, you know, there's not a market. There's not there doesn't seem to be a cutoff date for a lot of the drops and stuff like that. Like I could still go in there and grab a Star Wars Cryptoy and all that stuff. So that's kind of nice. So I'm not like in a huge rush to jump into it, but to talk to Will, it seems pretty cool. The platform seems pretty cool. I mean, I'm still going to have the majority of my time, effort, and energy and investments in Veve, even if I am. And, you know, that's like me in a DC Palm. Like I still like DC Palm. I bring it up occasionally on stream, but still the majority of my time and investments is in Veve. Austin, what's up? And choo choo. Yes, didn't mint today's Lambo. What's up, guys? Yeah, I passed on Lambo too. The main thing for me, the market I feel like is starting to feel like Lambos are getting a little bit saturated. I feel like the first Lambo was definitely the most unique and just kind of a lot of people in the market like that one because I think this was, what was the first Lambo? Is it this gold one? No. It was the green. It was this one. Yeah, this one's going for like 670. But the way I saw it, I mean, for me, I knew to skip the Lambo because I was like, all right, what did at least the ultra rare do in the last drop? And then the last drop, the ultra rare, I believe it's the Diablo Orange. That's going for retail. So in my mind, I was like, all right, I could either go for the drop and have a 90% chance of either breaking even or losing money. Or have a 10% chance, because if you look in these, see, yeah, if you go down here, I forgot how much mints there were. Okay, so there's like 600 of the secret rares. I remember there was like 900 of the ultra rares, 1500 rares, and then 2000 uncommons. They all look great. I think the black looks the best. White looks awesome too. But for me, I was like, all right, if I'm gonna spend 70 gems, and there's a lot of good stuff you can get for 70 gems. Actually, I was looking at the market beforehand. I was like, should I go for 70 gems and basically, right, just risk a 90% chance of breaking even or losing gems? Or if you really wanted to spend 70 gems, there's a lot of good stuff like Obi-Wan, Red Hulk if you don't have it. But I think this is going to continue to dump. I'm kind of curious why it's taking, I don't want to say why it's taking Veve so long. I mean, Veve and Marvel can do whatever they want. I mean, they can announce Hulk and they can announce the last Hulk airdrop tomorrow, or they can wait a year. They could do whatever they want. You know, you could buy an FA Spider-Man. I know there's a lot of mints of him, but I don't know, there's a lot of good stuff you can get for under 70 gems right now. FA Harley Quinn. You can get Wally, FA Wally. Get Kang, ultra rare. I'm just looking at this stuff between 65 to 70 gems right now, like on the market. So, I mean, there's good stuff to get for below 70. It's like, all right, rather get the guaranteed FA of something that's, you know, that's pretty popular. I mean, Lambo's popular too, but there's, you know, for me, I'll probably end up getting a handful of vehicles. I think a better deal is Kit right now. Last I checked, Kit was like 27 gems. At 25 gems. So Kit actually went down 2 gems since I looked at the market. How many mints does this have again? Obviously this has quite a bit of mints. yeah, almost 10,000. So obviously that is a bit more than like the Lambo drop like series, but if you put all the Lambos together, obviously Kit is that, but I mean each Lambo's different, so, or at least each series. So I might mint Pink Panther. What do you think? Honestly, I'm really tempted. Like 30 gems is, you know, it's a bit, but at the same time I think I'm willing to risk it, and I do think even the pink one is going to be profitable if you land the purple one. Let me see here. So we can pull up the Pink Panther thingy on stream. And I'll catch up with chat. I know chat's kind of piling up right now. Give me a sec. Pink Panther. Honestly, I have not looked at the animation at all. Let's see if we can check out the animation really quick. Did they do the animation in here? Or like listen to
World it? Right. See, in 1964, the music. Okay,
maybe not. But it's the Pink Panther theme, I know that. Looks decent enough. I really like these chrome ones, or these like chrome looking versions. I might go for it, because I mean with 3,600 mints here, 1,600 here, so already you have about a 25% chance of getting that. And then with this on it, I mean based on all those numbers, you have what, like, I'm just throwing numbers out there, 15%, 10% chance of getting the gold. Probably a 20%, so 10 here and then 20 here. So there's a 30% chance you could probably get an ultra rare or gold, or you know, one of those two. So I think it's like worthwhile odds. That's much better than 10% chance, right? That's just me. I still think the pink, I don't know, it's kind of hard to like this. It's hard to compare Pink Panther to any of the other collectibles that we have on the platform, but I think it'll get close to retail, but I don't think it'll like go under necessarily. I don't know, 1,600 mints is quite a bit. I'm not even sure if it'll sell out the more I think about it now. When house party at Decon? We'll see, dude. I'm contemplating whether I want to go to Decon or not this year. Mostly just because is Veve gonna be there, right? That's 95% of the reason why I went. I mean, I'll say 50, you know, I would say 70%. Because Veve showed up, a lot of the Veve fam showed up. I met a lot of cool people there. But yeah, we'll have to see. If Vivi's not, like, if there's no Veve booth, but still like, you know, Alex and Corey and whoever else and like David and Dan are, if they're still going, but there's no booth, they're like, hey, like, setting up a booth is just too much, but we still want to support the fam, have fun, and like meet people in Decon and like meet the artists, then cool, like I'll still go. But I feel like a lot of the Veve fam is obviously kind of waiting for Veve to give the yes or no, right? The drop today was definitely mispriced. Should have been 40 gems in my opinion. Yeah, 70 was a bit high, but I mean that's just how the Lambos have always been. When did the first Lambo come out? You guys remember when the first Lambo came out? I don't think you can see like when it was released. Look at this one, because this is part of that first set. It was pretty recently, right? Or somewhat recent. I hate how I have to refresh the page. Like sometimes if you click on a collectible and you look at the store version like this, it won't let you scroll down, so you have to refresh the page in order to scroll down. Okay, February of this year. Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure Lambo and Veve has a contract that they're gonna you know, do 4 or 5 or 6 series of Lambos, and they're all gonna be 70 gems. But as of right now, 70 for a vehicle seems a bit high. But then again, Kit was for 120 in store, and now that thing is down 80% at this point. Yeah, it did seem a bit high. I don't know. Hopefully, Veve can convince some licensors to kind of like adjust the price based on like the demand and how many people are in here. But I think it's fine if stuff stays in the store. Like at the end of the day, like we do need stuff in the store for people to buy. You know, next bull run, things like that. Like basically give people the option to get a unique mint number or just buy stuff in the store, because eventually prices are going to go up. So I think it's perfectly fine if. I think we've been a little bit spoiled that like everything on Veve's always sold out, but there's projects literally all over the place of like unsold NFTs. Like the projects just don't sell out. So if anything, Veve's a bit of an anomaly where it's like, all right, 90% of the stuff sells out, but and somehow that's an issue. But I agree. 40 gems, I would have sold out. 70 gems, that's a bit much for now. The dude abides. What's up? Pixel Trader, how you doing, dude? Hey, yo, vibe stream. I need more red and crypto and Veve. I agree. I'm definitely planning on buying some Omi. It's kind of funny now that I've kind of like lost my MetaMask. I lost a good amount of Omi and stuff. Like I still want to buy back into it. Now I'm going to be smarter this time around. And luckily I have a couple friends that have already done the bridging from Omi to Veve. So at the very least, because my plan initially was like, all right, at the very least I want to put in 2,500 worth of Omi so I can hit that like tier 1, start getting like bronze tickets and stuff, but we'll have to see. And that run up, that whole announcement, I mean, Veve could do another announcement too about the Omi rewards, right? I don't think it's gonna happen like anytime super soon, but I think they would announce it sometime before Christmas and like the 14 days of Veve, right? I think that would be like the perfect time to kind of announce like, hey, this is everything that is starting like soon. Kind of get people excited for the Veve 14 days of Veve, as well as like the Omi staking. It's been forever. I'll head up this week. Let's go. Cryptoids is sick. Love their team. Yeah, the team seems awesome. Like they're really, really cool. Had to do a bit more like research before I just kind of randomly throw money at it. I might get like a couple things, but I'm not. At the end of the day, I'm kind of sticking with Veve. One ton mon. Dude, I love saying your name, and sometimes I even catch myself saying it randomly. I know it sounds weird, but sometimes it's just such like a good rhythmic rhyme name. I love it. Very rhymable name. I'll go for the Lambo. Is it count talk? If they have it, but otherwise skipping. Yeah. How many Lambos did you stack, vibes? None. I mean, what's the cheapest Lambo you can get right now across all of the series? I'm assuming it's one of the uncommons. What's this one? 50 gems. That's not bad. I mean, and that's the other thing, right? Like, I mean, a Lambo's a Lambo, but I mean, obviously people want the secret rare and ultra rares, but like if we're driving around the Veve verse, like if you got a Lambo, you're already part of a pretty limited group, especially if we're talking when Veve verse and everything like really pops off. So if you had $2,000 to invest in Omi and Veve NFTs, how would you play it out? At this point, if you like basically held a gun in my head or like, yo, you got $2,000, what are you gonna spend it on? And I had to like spend it today, it would either be on Omi, and I had to do it today, right? I do think Omi was gonna pull back a little bit more. Like I'm trying to buy in when it's at like 000, like 8.5. I think it could pull back that far, and that's when I'm gonna buy some. I'm just gonna start dollar cost averaging at this point, but probably Omi, and then and if you just like gave me if you just gave me $2,000 to spend, that's just like for free. I don't know. Like there's me personally, there's a lot of stuff I still haven't picked up that I want to on Veve before it just kind of runs away, let me refresh the page again. This is my little wish list. So like I still want a Miles. I can't afford the higher, more expensive ones, but getting like a rare, a Todd. I do want to get a nicer Thor. I just put the comment in here to remind myself, hey, buy Thor at some point. Luke and Obi-Wan. I did have Luke at one point, and I think I flipped the rare. I don't remember how much I sold it for. Same thing with like Jim Lee Joker, Superman, because you can buy all of those, right? Like you could probably buy Todd Spider-Man, or sorry, Todd, Miles, FA Joker, and Superman. Probably all for, yeah, under 2 grand, or probably around that amount. And then maybe like throwing FA Iron Man. That's probably what I would do. And then comics too, right? That or stacking X-Men comics, probably like giant sized X-Men and just other X-Men stuff. That's just me personally, right? My collectibles, Dino. 70 gems equal 2 Hulk #1s. Yeah, exactly. Pink Panther is the move. Yeah. 3 Avenger 1s. Yeah, dude, Avenger 1 is surprisingly pulling back. I honestly did not think Avengers 1 would kind of get disrespected this much. I mean, it's basically like real. I really think what hurt it was the $20, the 20 gem price tag. Same thing happened with like FA Black Panther. I think there's another 20 gem comic that's pretty popular that didn't end up performing as well as some people thought. I'm not sure if the 20 gem price tag is actually kind of almost like a cushion. Like, could this have gone lower if this was a 7 gem comic, right? Like, could this pulled back to 15? Because at least at 15 it's still profitable if you bought it for 7. Who knows? And I did try the trick. I actually won an uncommon on drop. I sold it before the rebound just to see if I actually could go for the rebound, and I was able to. I ended up missing it, but I think I ended up buying a common for like 25. I like the Avengers. I'm not like obsessed with them, so I'm not planning on buying like 20 of these. But Bob Sales, what's up? What up, everyone? Wow, I'm really behind chat. Let me catch up. I think the jewel coiled will be overlooked, and it may be the only jewel material. I think we will see. I'm not sure what you're referencing. Jewel? Am I just completely? All right, maybe not. I know how you type occasionally, Bob Sales. It's okay. Crazy Veve guy, let's go. Aren't we all a little bit crazy? What's up, y'all? Another chill stream. Do you think there's still probably one more big drop this month, or is Veve now with Avengers 1 and Lambo? No, I think I'm like certain that Alex G, I thought he said either in a space or something that like, hey, something was going to come out in August and we actually had to push it out to October, or sorry, not October, September. I think someone in the stream did like a poll. I think it was like Pixel Trader. Someone did one like on Twitter where they're like, hey, like Alex G announced this. They said they moved it out. Like, what do you think it is? I think it could be a new vertical altogether. I would love to see like cards, like packs of cards. Imagine buying a pack of cards, whether it's, you know, a Pokemon, but it's like more likely like probably Magic the Gathering, or maybe like NFL or baseball or whatever. Like that's kind of another vertical, right? Is sports. So Alex G did say out of left field. I'm not sure what that means, but it just, when he says something like that, I assume it's something we have not done before. So my thing is it's a new vertical, so something added, something we haven't done before, so that's exciting. But I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly what it is. I'm skipping, but good luck to all who go for Pink Panther. Yeah, it's gonna come down to a game time decision for me. I might go for it, but we'll have to see. 70 gems equals 2 giant size X-Men ones. Yes, sir. That's very true. Even giant size has been pulling back a bit. I think it's just because the market's a little bit slow right now. We're also waiting for, okay, comics and showrooms, this and that. I remember like when comics like giant size X-Men, like someone had a couple listed at like 33 gems. They got gobbled up super quick and the price went back up to like 40, but the prices are kind of creeping down on these a bit. So it's nice to see a Lambo bottom had something. There's not nice to see the Lambo bottom had something there. Not sure what, but it's something more than the others. Yeah. Today around 28. Oh, it's today. Is it round 28? Today? I didn't even look at today's one. Wow. Okay. Okay. Because the other one was 50. Yeah, you can get one of these for like 28. That's crazy. I've started to stack Stanley ultra rares at 40 gems, 1900 editions, and stack cheap underrated dark side. What do you think about those? I think some of the DC characters we got recently, like Darkseid, Green Lantern, I think they're kind of getting slept on. I mean, Darkseid is like the Thanos of DC, right? I know DC hasn't done themselves a lot of favors with like a lot of the movies they've done recently, but at the end of the day, it's still DC and Marvel are like the two juggernauts of superheroes and comics, right? I still have my Darkseid that I got on. Of course, I got to refresh the page. I still have my Darkseid that I got. Did I get it on drop or did I buy it in the market? Oh, okay, I got it on drop. Yeah, now this thing is pulled back. It's down 45%, down 40, something like that. But that's fine. I mean, I'm holding it. I think Darkseid is going to be a big deal. And then same thing with Green Lantern. I think these are kind of getting, I know Green Lantern is not the, Hal Jordan is not the most popular Justice League character, but he's still the Justice League, right? But I like that. Yeah, Stan Lee, ultra rare. I would say my favorites are, I mean, other than the secret rare, right? That's the most scarce. But I really like the ultra rare and the uncommon. The uncommon where he's like doing the Spider-Man, right? And then the Excelsior one is good too. I have both of those. And again, I do plan on, dude, I have to keep refreshing this page. Those are the two I bought specifically because I was like, I think these two, you know, the secret rare got too far to my price range, but I was like, all right, I have to get an ultra rare and uncommon because those are like the most iconic versions I can tell of him, at least that I liked. Hey Vibes, glad to see you streaming again. Thanks. Got lucky and landed SR on drop today. Nice, dude. Did you end up flipping it? Or are you holding it? It actually went down to like 200 and it bounced back up to 240, I believe, at one point. So it's nice to see that floor might have been created at one point. It's at two. Yeah, it was. I remember it was at 200 for a brief period of time, then actually kind of bounced back up. So Ellen Bat says, sup Vibes, I recently noticed ASM1 is 15 gems now. I remember when I bought one for 100 gems. Rip. Yeah, there's actually a whole list of comics that I have not bought yet. And I waited a very long time, even longer than AF15 to buy. So I don't have Fantastic Four #1. I don't have, it's not that I don't like them, but I was just like, all right, there's kind of a lot of copies. I do think people are going to be flooring these a bit more because people stacked a lot of them back in the day. And I do think like the floors have more room to fall when obviously the price is much higher, but not only that, but when there's 40,000 editions of the common, it's more likely that people got a few stacks or people are more likely to floor them because there's just so many versus some like AF15 where there's only 6,000 commons. So it's a bit more competitive there. Yeah, same thing. ASM1, Fantastic Four #1, Fantastic Four #5. I don't own any of those. I've been waiting for those to like drop and drop and drop just because there's so many mints comparatively. Daniel Marquez, hit that like button. Thanks, I appreciate it, dude. Crazy VV guy, missed the good old days when you, MC Dino, and Rob Stuff used to live stream almost daily. Yeah, those were the good old days, right? Everyone was winning. You could literally buy anything on the market, and you would, or in the store, and you would make money, right? And then things just changed. Things changed for me personally. So professionally, that's a big reason why I stopped streaming. But yeah, also, you know, other projects came up, other interests happened. You know, Veve had a lot of exciting things going on. Veve misstepped in a couple different places back then too, but like a lot of things that were promised, you know, year and a half ago, 2 years ago, a lot of it, like honestly, with Veve, I'm not worried if Veve is going to do something. It's just a matter of when, not if. Like, I know they're going to deliver on OUP. I know they're going to deliver on a lot of other things they promised a while back, you know, including like Veveverse, all that stuff. So it's like, it's all happening soon. And I knew it was always going to happen. Where I really would have had an issue or like been concerned, I'm like, oof, I'm not sure if Veve's actually going to do this, but That's always been kind of my take. Chris Coffee, oh my god, dude, vibes still vibing. Yes sir, dude, it's nice to see you. I've been watching a few of your videos recently. I know you're involved with like other projects and stuff. I think, didn't you make a video recently on how to bridge your OMI? I don't know, like ever since Veve announced like the OMI utility part, or like OMI staking on Veve, I know there's been like a lot of like OMI bridging videos, so I haven't done that yet. I need to buy more OMI first before I kind of really start doing the bridging. I'm way behind on chat. All right, I'm gonna double time it. Dana Marquez says, hey everyone, Bob sells this time next year. Happy early birthday. Yeah, happy early birthday. Hey Chris, David saying more vibes. What's up Daniel? Comment. Bob sales, let's go. Oh, Pink Panther purple jewel, gotcha. Only 8 like, let's go. Shawnee Poo, what's up, dude? I became your 101st subscriber right when Hinano. Right when he became your 100th, I went over to your channel and became the 101. So I was like, all right, I'll do 101. That's a cool number too, right? So another Phoenix, I would say Phoenix, but technically Arizona guy, Shawnee Poo. Check out his content. Dude, I have to win that Ninja Turtles like art piece you have, that cover. Oof, it looks so cool. I have to get that piece. I don't know how, or if there's like a giveaway. I'll have to check out your channel more. Next week we get Hulk 181, animated Venom collectible, and Pokemon. Get your gems ready. Dude, that would... Oh my gosh, dude, that would be nuts. I would go pretty hard for Hulk 181 and Venom. Obviously Pokemon too. All three of those I would go pretty hard into Veve for that one. I don't know, like we need more than just IPs to get people on the platform right. I think the first thing we need is like marketing. Like we need, if Veve literally announced Pokemon today and they're like, we're getting it on Wednesday or whatever. They're like, all right, Pokemon coming Wednesday. Like we're still not going to get a whole bunch of new users. So unless we communicate with other people like socially, or no, on social media, and Veve like actually posts about it, or they get like the Pokemon official Twitter to talk about or something, you know, we'll get some new users. But I think the main thing is we're just going to get a whole lot of people that are already on the platform to put in more money rather than like new users, right? Because at this point we're still, we're a big player in the like NFT and like digital space, but like that's still a fraction of a percent of like the overall population, right? Of investors and other stuff like that. My collectibles, thank you so much for joining the Vibe Tribe, dude. Full side stream needed again. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. And dude, a member for 18 months, dude. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Still going through this. Thanks, mate. Birthday stream the 15th. Should be some good times. Yeah, the 15th. Yeah, I should be able to make it. I think it's just because your stream. Yeah, you said you're streaming for a long time, so I'll be there. I know the first like few hours of it I'll be at work, but afterward, I should be able to make it. I still show up, but no worries on giveaways. I'm sure. I know when I'll pull up to support. Yeah. MC, give me that animated Venom collectible all day. That would be awesome. Giant Size X-Men is an amazing book. I had 6 or 7 of them at one point on Veve. I think I sold 3 of them just for some kind of I was kind of like dollar cost averaging. I kind of told myself like, all right, I'm gonna sell half of these as the price is going up, but I still want to keep 4 of them, right? I still have those 4. I've been buying random comics, IRL, and Princess have been going down on key books. Princess have been going down on key books. Yeah, I mean, I haven't actually bought any physical comics super recently. The Uncommon podcast was nice enough to actually give me some cool comics. Let me actually pull I actually have them right here. Some of these are comics. Some of these are a bit more other things. Let me actually close this really quick. There we go. Let me actually flip these. I think because in the interview with the Uncommon podcast, I talked about how much I like Dungeons and Dragons, so he kind of got me like a funny set of like by Saturday Morning Adventures. It's just a series of comics kind of different characters and stuff. That's pretty fun. And then Star Trek, you know, I was a big Star Trek fan, so I got a cool Star Trek comic here. Marvel Saga, some cool characters on the front. And then was this one? Yeah, another X-Men comic. I really like this one. This one's actually like foil. It has Bishop and Wolverine on the front. I really like this sticker on the back. I know you guys can see that, but it's like the uncommon. Flip it over. The uncommon podcast like sticker. So I really like that. And last but not least, we got Spider-Boy. Pretty cool. I actually really like this look. Strangely enough, I actually kind of like. I like the classic look of Spider-Man, but I still like the Ben Reilly outfit, Spider-Man 2099, like Spider-Boy. I do like those like outfits a lot too. All right, cool. So those are like the most recent comics I've gotten. I didn't buy them. The Uncommon Podcast, so D and Hinano were nice enough to give me that, but I haven't bought any like super recently. All the movies, Marvel and DC and Disney, have been going so downhill. Lots of losses stacking up. I agree. It's just a bit of like, if anything, of just Marvel fatigue. I think they did a good job of like building everything up, but now it seems like they're just trying to just vomit as many shows and characters on the big screen as they can. And I don't know, I'm just not as invested as I was before. Thanks, Daniel. Let's go. I sold mine. I sell to buy because I haven't been adding dust. Adding dust? We're talking about. I don't even James. Gems. I never cashed out a single gem. Yeah. I've always been so gem poor. I haven't had to cash out. Every time I put gems in, it's with the intention to like buy something. Then I usually spend it and then all that stuff. But I rarely ever have just like 500 gems just laying around available for like cash out or whatever, right? Man, I can't stay long, but come back. Let's go. Yeah, IRL comic prices are down. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I do want to get, there's a few comics I still want to get, like in physical. Some of them are obviously harder to get than others, but I do want to get like a Jubilee, like an actual Jubilee one. I think the one I have now is a facsimile, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't been like in the comic industry or the community enough to like understand or really appreciate like comics that don't involve FAs, because that's kind of what the main focus is with VV, right? It's like first appearances or maybe like a huge story plot or something like that. But other than that, those ones I do want to get like Gambit and all those ones too. I know some of those can get a bit more than your typical comic. I could see someone coming in and buying 200 ASM #1 commons in one go, or MC1s and Fantastic Four #1s. Those 15 gem prices might be gone quick. True. That's why it doesn't hurt to, that's why I just made my move now. Like when I bought my AF15, I'm like, could this go lower? And actually it did. Like AF15 commons actually did get to, is it here? Amazing Fantasy did get to like 285 at one point, the commons, but very briefly. It was at 285 and like 290 and then 300, and then both of those bottom sold out quickly. So I was like, you know what, could it go lower than 300? Probably in the short term, but it's like I'd rather just buy one at 305 and just be done with it. Just lock in my Amazing Fantasy. Come the pump days, yes sir. Everyone was winning, yeah. Hodling the SR Black Lambo, it's sexy as fuck. Yes, it is. That's probably, I don't know if that's the best looking one. Oh, like out of all of them, like in that series, yes, but out of all of them, I don't know why, but I really like this one. Just aesthetically, this is the one I like the most. Maybe it's just because I do like maroon, or just kind of like this like reddish color. I do like this one a lot, but they all look really cool. Yep. Good coffee. Let's go. Coffee is a capitalist pig. You're just talking about like the coffee industry in general. Coffee, or like, you know, caffeine is like the only like legal, I would say the only, but there's a lot of legalized drugs, right? But caffeine is one of the ones that's like, I don't know, probably the least, I wouldn't say the least researched, but like, dude, there's a lot of benefits, but there's also like a lot of things with caffeine and just getting like really bad withdrawals, all that kind of, dude, even I get that. That's why I'm still like pounding like monsters and shit like in the middle of the day occasionally for like extra energy. Because it doesn't actually give you more energy. It just blocks your sleepy like receptors in your brain, and so you're still just as tired, but your brain doesn't know it yet. So I appreciate you, brother. Yes, sir. Arizona sucks. Come on, you don't mean that. Didn't you used to live in Arizona? VV Crypt down in Tucson. Can't be all that bad. Well, Tucson sucks, but the rest of Arizona is not so bad. MC 18 months. Let's go. I think the purple jewel might go pretty cheap at first, then get brought up as the only jewel piece. Definitely going to be watching that one. Yeah, for the Pink Panther. What's up, dude? Yes, sir. Did you hear that Warner Brother lost the Aquaman 2 movie? They can't find the files? What? Is that actually a thing? There's no way. I have a feeling, because if you never release the movie, if you never actually like market it and put it up for a sale, you can write it off, I think, on taxes. I think that's what DC did with, I don't know if it was DC, but whoever did Batgirl, because there was supposed to be a Batgirl show that came out and it never did. Because I think they kind of just realized it was going to be so poorly received and that it was going to score so poorly, like just on the show, that they were actually going to end up losing money by like airing the show. So I think they actually just scrapped the whole thing, wrote it off on their taxes or whatever they did. So I don't know if that's a joke, but like that's the only reason I can think of, that they just happened to miss the files for Aquaman 2. I think it's a little crazy. Have Veve announced any info on Hulk airdrop? No, not yet. It's interesting. I thought they would have done it by now, but it's been about a month between drops, right? Between like each Hulk drop, maybe a little bit earlier, like 3 weeks. And Planet Hulk came out, yeah, about 3 weeks ago. So I would hope there's something soon, because right now we're like waiting on pencils, we're waiting on Hulk airdrop, we're waiting on a few different things. They lost a movie, Unreal. That can't be true. Let me actually look that up. Just like a random article from Screen Geek that says, rumor Warner Brothers have given up on Aquaman 2. I haven't seen anything that says like lost Aquaman 2. What is it, like files? Or... yeah, I'm not sure, but sounds interesting. You think Veve lost the Hulk airdrop? Bro, it's on, I mean, unless it's on the blockchain, you know, it doesn't exist, right? Hopefully not. Just learned that my SR 536 is an option for horsepower on an actual Lambo. Oh, like getting like 536 horsepower, like it's actually like an option outside of like the... It's kind of cool. Superstar Money, what's up, dude? Great minds stream alike, going live in half an hour too. We are channeling 6 months ago when there was 24-hour streams between all creators. Yeah, that was a nice time back then. Yeah, there was a nice time back then when everyone was like streaming, like whenever one stream would end, another one would start like within an hour. There was like constant like content creation or just creators, right? And stuff going on. But that's awesome. Yeah, go ahead and check out Superstar Money when they go live here in a little bit. They always have a fun time over there, do price predictions and all that stuff. So Pink Panther, what do you guys think with Pink Panther? It's gonna have to come to a game time decision. To be honest, right now I'm leaning probably 60-40. Like there's 60% of me that might not go for it, but there's 40% of me that's like, it's only 30 gems. worst case scenario, you go for it, you lose 15 or something like that. I don't know. Like I do think the common is going to go for pretty cheap, or whatever the animated one is. Honeypoo says, what's up? What's up? Are you friends with Tina and Rudy in Arizona? They seem like cool people. I haven't met them yet. I think we're in a like a Twitter group with a lot of the Arizona people together, like in a chat or whatever. They occasionally like schedule events. I haven't been to one yet. I think there is another one coming up soon that I might have to RSVP for, but I'll have to check like the date and all that stuff. Batgirl lost $95 million. Yeah, imagine. I think they would have lost more if. It's funny because like I think the executives were like, we're gonna lose more money by airing it than actually just eating the loss, writing it off on our taxes, and just being done with it. The files are in the computer. Yeah, in the computer. 3 Avengers #1 commons, or 1 white Lambo from today. I say you wait, and then you can buy 1 white Lambo and an Avengers 1 comic eventually. I don't know. I think if you wait, you'll be able to have your cake and eat it too. You can have your white Lambo and your Avengers #1 comic. I think if you just wait a week or 2, you can get both. Toy Story 2 was once deleted, but Stay at Home Mom had most of the movie saved on. I've heard about that one. That one's really interesting. I heard the same thing about Pokemon. The Pokemon I don't know if it was, I'm not sure what version, but it's just the original Pokemon, right? So it's like red, blue, and green. And I think I thought I heard that like after they worked on it for like 2 or 3 years, or like 2 years, and then there's one night where like I don't know if like the internet, something happened. Like I don't know if there's like a power outage or something happened. Long story short, they were just like, oh my god, we just lost the entire game. But then someone had it saved like on a hard drive back at home or something like that, and they brought it in the office, and they're like, oh my god, we almost lost the whole thing. I heard something similar with like the Pokemon like original game. We have lost more than Veve than the Batgirl movie. True. We have lost more on Veve than the Batgirl movie. Yeah. Not that bad, but I get what you mean. Let's take a look here. There was a couple comics. Avengers 1 was like one of them. That one is still surprising me how cheap it is. I know it's not like a super FA or anything like that, but I mean, it's the first appearance of the whole team, right? I understand that like team ups aren't on average more important than the actual members themselves that like make up the team, like their first appearances. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like the commons are basically at retail. Uncommon, geesh, is 13 gems. Glad I sold mine when I did. Rare. What do you guys think about these alternative covers, or these exclusive covers? I think this one looks okay. It definitely gives me like 90s. This definitely gives me like, not 90s, but just like Saturday morning cartoons, or almost like coloring book vibes, which I don't mind. Actually, I don't mind that like all the ultra rare covers have to like look super epic or all that stuff. Like this one's like very colorful and cool looking. So there will be many more Lambos, but there won't be any more Avengers 1, in my opinion. True. That's my thing. That's actually another reason why I do think the comics in some ways have a, I don't want to say a slight edge over collectibles, because even the collectibles have a first appearance, right? I mean, we have what, like 80,000 Batmans on the app, but you know, there's only 7,500 Todds, but all the other Batmans, there's so many different versions and variations, and I'm sure people want to buy their favorite artist like cover version of it, or sorry, like artist version of Batman. But at the same time, there's just so many of them, and it's kind of hard to mess up a comic, right? So people are slowly eating away Avengers 1 for cheap. That is true. Obviously, right after the drop, there was, you know, 1,000 of them total in the market across all the rarities. And now there is about 950. So eating away at it slowly. I think it's one of these ones where it's a bit of a sleeper. So I do think it's going to take a few weeks for the prices to start creeping back up. I want to get Avengers 1, but got to prioritize certain comics within the budget. Yeah. How much is the SR going for? For 500? It's about right. Poppy, what's up, dude? Or Popey? So I don't know if I ever actually pronounced your name correctly or incorrectly. I'll just say both versions, just so I'm at least right in one aspect. Do another thing too I forgot was my collectibles is part of that new, what was it, Veve comic like 101 thing, or I forgot what it was called. I'm sorry if I'm like butchering the whole concept, but the whole like comic book where they get to kind of narrow down the Veve exclusive covers down to I think 10, and they also narrow it down to 4 artists on Veve, and we're gonna give an award away, I guess, for like the best looking cover as well as like the best artist on Veve. So that's a lot of fun. I don't know, there's a few different. Is it just the ultra rare covers, or is it all Veve exclusive covers on Veve? I didn't really look I read the article, but I don't think I looked that closely to figure out like, is it just the ultra rare covers? Vote for your favorite covers and artists. Yeah, I need to brush up on like the artist. Like there's some cool covers I'm like, this cover looks awesome, but I have no idea who the artist is, so I'll have to like look at it. So is it just ultra rare covers? Are we talking about even maybe some of the earlier comics that do have like different variations? I don't know. There's some like very, very cool looking covers. Spider-Man Noir looks pretty cool. It's actually kind of grown on me. I forgot the artist that did these comics. Forgot the artist that does these. They did Giant Size X-Men and a few other ones too. At first I wasn't a huge fan of it, but it's starting to grow on me a bit. They also did some other X-Men ones too. Vibes Market and Chill, it's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing great. Market's down, Omi's down, or was really pumping, then now it's pulled back a bit. So now it's time for accumulation, let's say that. Same thing with this Uncanny X-Men 130. I really like this Spider-Man 2099. That one looks cool. Ooh, dude, if this does not make a top 10, this Gwen Stacy one, the death of Gwen Stacy, that's tough. Just the color scheme just looks amazing. Just the exclusive, so that include rares. So it's like, I guess there's some rares that are not the same as the ultra rare, like not like a black and white or like a muted color version. I don't have any Avengers ones yet. Hard to pass Wiz #1 for 10 on Palm versus Avengers 1 at the moment. Both are great comics. You know, ideally you try to get at least like one of each, right? But if you're more invested, or if you like the Palm DC drops more, the comics more, yeah, I totally don't blame you. I think I bought a few Wiz comics too. I think I have like 2 or 3. So that's like me with the Flash, right? I think I have like 4 Flash comics. One of them is a legendary that I got lucky on. Nicoletta Baldari, yes, I do remember that name. My favorite artist on the app. Okay. Yeah, there's some really cool. I'm just gonna kind of just flip through these covers real quick. Iron Man one looks pretty cool. What are these in order in? Okay, release date. Okay, that's kind of good. Same with this Phoenix one. I think that one looks okay. Giant Size X-Men, like I said, it's grown on me. At first I was like, I don't really like this, like kind of this I don't even know how to describe that art style. At first I wasn't a big fan of it, but it's grown on me. Dude, some of these look really good. This Sentinel one with him like almost disintegrating Wolverine looks pretty awesome too. Yeah, there's a lot of cool looking ones. All right, do a couple more pages. Ooh, that Venom one looks nice. I don't know. I think I wanted, ideally I would have wanted Venom to be a bit more Venom and vicious rather than him looks like he's kneeling down. At first I thought he was jumping, but it looks like he's like kneeling down, considering his like feet and knee and everything is like the exact same level. I do like Gambit. That one looks awesome. All right, last page. Then we'll go back to the market. Boom. West Coast Avengers with Shark something or whatever on the front. That looks cool. All right, I lied. One more. Ooh, this one looks cool. I mean, it's just a rendition of the classic cover, right? But they definitely added more detail to it. Captain America Annual 8. That is a cool looking one. I don't know why, dude, but this not Bren Eck is hilarious to me. I've been wanting to buy this for a while, but it's just like way too pricey. Going for 38 gems. That's more than like a lot of ultra rares with less mints rated at like a higher level, like tier wise. All right, cool. Let's go back to the market. I did want to look at the highs and lows, see what's going on here. So my NFT tracker is still a little out of date. I didn't expect it to have Lambo updated so far, but it's still missing a few comics and even collectibles too, right? We've actually had a few drops since. Yeah, it's missing the 3 most recent comics, and then doesn't have Lambo yet, but I didn't expect it to have Lambo right away. But all these are accurate though. I think the only part that's a little out of date is the newest NFTs, but it's still up to date, I think, with like the rising and falling NFTs. I could be wrong. Ooh, dude, cheap. Dude, comics are getting cheap now. Comics are going for like $1.25 now. I remember, dude, $2 comics was like the resistance level, even for the most, you know, quote unquote trash tier comics. $2 was like the resistance level. Now we've kind of broken below that for a lot of comics. I'm actually curious, like what comics are actually, I'll put it at like 1.8 comics commons. Yeah, there's actually a lot of comics commons that are below 1.8 right now. What if we went even lower? Let's say 1.7. Are we down to a page yet? Okay, 2 pages. Yeah, that's a lot of comics for under $2 now. Maybe $1.50 might be the new floor for kind of like the, you know, like whatever comics or comics that people don't want. Each of us gave our top exclusive choices and ranked our top 5 artists. Everyone gets to pick, including, I thought we get to pick after you guys decide, and you guys ended up narrowing it down to 10, like the top 10 that got voted on the most for what's it called, the covers, and then the top 4 artists, then we vote, like the rest of the community votes. I think that's how it works. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you able to tell us your top ones, my collectibles, or no? Or at least like maybe one that you like, that you submitted. Thought about getting Marvel Mighties again. They seem like sleepers. Ooh. Let's look up the Mighties. If I just do Mighty and remove that limit, go to collectibles. Okay. Dude, Marvel Mighties, I think there's a few I still need to rebuy. I actually sold a lot of my Marvel Mighties. The only ones I ended up keeping were like Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, I think Fastos, because like, dude, all the content creators back in the day had like Fastos listings. All of us had Fastos listings for, and that was like an easy way to find like all the VV content creators, right? But that kind of like went away, and the whole delisting thing became like too much to like keep up with, in my personal opinion. But yeah, I think it's a good move. I mean, obviously you cannot go wrong with getting the villain, so it's like, all right, if you have the gems to kind of throw around and you're like wondering which ones to get, you can't go wrong with like Doom, Red Skull. Odin's a good one. Dude, Odin's still one of the most highly detailed ones. I still like that one a lot. Say the Spider-Man 2099, right? Green Goblin. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones here. I do think there's some sleepers in here. Let's see which ones are going for like less than 7. I don't know. Basically less than half the price, because these sell for 13 or 14.99, right? When they're in the store, or like 12.99. I forgot how much these actually go. 13. Okay, they go for 13 gems. Put this to 6. These are all ones that are basically less than half price right now. Sam Wilson, most of the Fantastic Four outside of Human Torch. Yeah, if there's any of these that you like, I mean, you can pick one up for under 6 gems. What are the release date, floor price? What are some under 10? Let's do 13. Like, which ones are basically at box price or cheaper? Dude, Steve Rogers, box price right now. Riri, Zombie Deadpool, Chimichanga, Throg, Human Torch. Wow, I did not think Human Torch was he's at 9 right now. There are a lot of mints, like the early Mighties. There are a lot of mints of the early Mighties. AF-15 ultra rare, of course. If my collectibles can marry AF-15, he would. I've mostly been stacking my Hot Wheel NFTs for redeemables. Otherwise, VV Grails and occasional DC NFT comics. That's cool. Yeah, dude, I think it's chill. I think it's actually smart and probably mentally healthy to have other projects too that you invest in. Like, I like VV because, you know, there's always like big drops and announcements and all kinds of stuff going on. DC Palm used to be more active. I'd say like the first 6 months of DC Palm with like the bat cows, there's a ton of utility. It was like very exciting. It's obviously slowed down a bit. Actually, it slowed down a lot. Let's say the last like 9 months to maybe a year. There hasn't been like a ton of insane or crazy like bat cow utility. For the most part, but I don't mind that there's a platform like VV that's all right. There's a drop every like 2 to 3 days. There's like a grill and there's like this announcement and this is going on. You know, there's a lot going on with VV, but it's kind of nice that there's like a consistent, okay, like once a week there's a comic drop. Do you want it? Yes, no, okay, skip it, whatever. Like something that's a bit more passive and you don't have to be constantly have your you know, ear to the ground to not miss something important. Specifically the Spider-Man Mighties, I'm interested in the most. Okay. For the Spider-Man Mighties, in my opinion, Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen's a good one. 15,000, you know, that is Marvel Mighties in general. There's still a lot of them, so I do like Spider-Gwen a lot, or Ghost Spider, whichever one. And then what's the other one? I don't know about Spider-Woman, but, and you know, of course Spider-Man. You know, it's not FA, but it's still like, if the whole gamification thing is going to be a thing, right, then everyone's going to want to play Spider-Man. Thor Mighty might be a good move. Thor Mighty, same thing with Loki, right? I think a lot of people forget this is first appearance of Loki, right? Has his own show. He's probably one of the most recognizable villains in Marvel, right? You know. I think that's a big one too. And Captain Carter. Isn't she... Let's look her up. Is she still labeled as a con exclusive? What's she at right now? 20 gems flat. Con exclusive. Okay. No, it says FA, but it says con exclusive up here. Look at the drop details. Just let me refresh. Yeah, it says FA right here. It doesn't say like CE or whatever. I think I used to a long time ago. Back when they did the FA FE drop. Can't get over Veve messing up the Captain America FA. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff with kind of like Captain America and Spider-Man and how many do Veve own? There's a lot locked up, and did they get burned? I don't know, to be honest. I hear a lot of conflicting stories with that. I mean, I wasn't around when either of those dropped happened on Veve. I didn't show up till Golden Moments. But I mean, that's early Veve, dude. Like that, or that's just early project anything, not just Veve, but that's like early project anything. Like they're just kind of finding their way. How do we label stuff? Okay, this gets burned. This was an FA, now it's not. Like, you know, I think these Captain Americas, like all these ones, right? Captain America charging into battle, the punch, all these ones, like these were, as far as I remember, like these were the FAs. And then they actually like, oh wait, but Steve Rogers is here, like he shouldn't be the FA. They're like, okay, you're right. I think you're also talking about mostly the burn ones, right? I assume the ones that were potentially burned or something happened to them. Right. Wise. I do like this Thor 337, first appearance of Beta Ray Bill. I do like this one, dude. The floors on these are thin. The floors in general for just a lot of the older school comics, like ultra rare and above, like the floors are getting very, very thin. Dude, there was something I read in Avengers 27 that's actually hilarious. I'm trying to remember what it was, but I think it was I've actually started to like actually read some of the comics recently. I think it might have been because of meeting Osmond Collects last night, and I know he does like live readings of comics and stuff, and so I actually started like reading some of the comics recently. I read a bit of the Ghost Rider. Actually, I finished Ghost Rider. I read a little bit of Moon Knight, and then I read a little bit of the most recent one with like the Ronin like drop and all that stuff. So skip that song. All right, which ones are falling right now? Which comics are actually going down, or just collectibles in general? 24-hour trend downward. Blue animated too, yeah. Interesting. Hey, really? Is New Mutants common at 3 gems right now? Or is that just a singular listing that kind of stood out? Not new Mutants. Quite a few New Mutants, but this one should be... Yeah, there it is. Wow. Yeah, it's been honestly, it's been a while since I've looked at this because I think I already have like 2 or 3 of these. So I was like, all right, I got a couple comments. I'm happy with it. But yeah, dude, these, I mean, again, 60,000 mints, right? But these have pulled back quite a bit to 3 gems. A lot of comics. Let's see which actual collectibles are low or have like pulled back quite a bit. Mini poster. I mean, the posters in general, they're the floors are so thin that like when one gets bought, sold, or just like delisted, it tends to just be very volatile. So posters are cool. The Thor hammer. Now this is one I actually thought about with like Veveverse, right? If you're actually able to take it off of the little what's it called, the stand, Of course, and this is the classic Thor hammer too, right? The other ones look cool, but if I wanted to get like, or no, that's Dark World. Where's the Thor hammer? Like the normal one. This is the ultra rare. I was talking about the, I think it's the common or uncommon, whichever the original Thor hammer is. I still don't own it, but I think I am gonna pick that one up at some point too. Storm animated. I don't know. I know it's FA, but she's not. It's not my Storm, right? It's not the 90s Storm with like the long hair and all that stuff, and like this kind of looks like the classic outfit, but not exactly. So I need to pick up a Storm. I might pick up a couple before they like finally announce like, all right, we're gonna start doing like an X-Men series of drops. Because if once that happens, I do think Storm will go up a little bit, but again, she has a lot of mints, so probably won't move a ton. Pixar Pals are another set of sleepers. Pixar Pals. I'll have to check those out. Oh, is that like Woody? Yeah, Woody and all those. Yeah, those. I think those are good too. Wonder if they'll ever release Captain America #1 on Veve because the cover. Crossing my fingers because it's one of the coolest and funniest covers of all time. I think they will, and I don't think they're gonna censor it or whatever. I mean, it's part of history, right? I think they'll still release it no matter what. I really hope that's not the reason why they're not releasing it. And plus there's some pretty, I don't know, there's some pretty like violent and or kind of like even promiscuous like comic covers we already have, right, on Veve. So I don't know, like I get it. I know the connotation behind that, the cover of the Captain America one, but at the same time it's like we already have some covers that are pretty violent and or pretty like sexualized anyway, so I don't know. Battlestar Galactica emblem. I might have to pick this one up. I was upset because I ended up not completing the set in time to get the emblem and like the other like airdrop too, so I ended up missing out on that. I am a big fan of Battlestar Galactica, not as much as like Star Trek or Star Wars, but it's still one of my faves. Lady Deadpool I think is also kind of a funny pickup for for Mighties. Maybe it's not one to like hard stack, but all right, let's see what else is kind of pulling back. These are all ones that are pulled back in about the teens, so like 16, like between like 15 to 18%. Ultraman S1. Loki's pulled back a bit. Nebula, I think Nebula is another pretty interesting one. Also, just the villains in general, like Mysterio. I kind of forgot about like Mysterio, Doc Ock. I'm trying to remember some other villains too. It would be awesome once we get like Lizard and Rhino and Shocker and I think Electro too, right? So there's still a lot of like Spider-Man villains we still need on the app. Hitler's nothing to laugh at. It depends. If you got Captain America punching him, I think it's okay at that point. I would say him getting punched in the face is certainly funny. Yeah, that's that's pretty much what I said. I dig it. Yellow Lambo, that's one pulled back a bit. Mike Wazowski. Man, dude, Batman Killer Croc. Dude, that one was a wild one. What do you guys feel about Batman Killer Croc? It's still FA Killer Croc. And I think it's still probably one of the more highly detailed NFTs like we have on the app. Not the most highly detailed, but it's one of the ones. I like it a lot. But even at this price, even at 32 gems, I don't know. I'd rather just buy other things. Let's see here. Avengers 80. Do I own this one? $2. Avengers 80, first appearance of Red Wolf. I've actually seen this comic somewhere at a shop one time, and I was highly considering buying it. I don't know why I didn't either. I must have like put it back in the box and I forgot about it or whatever, but I remember, I think I showed it off. I'm like, hey, how much is this worth? And I think he told me the price. Maybe it was just like a tiny bit more expensive than I wanted. And he's like, really, you want Red Wolf? And I was like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, it's like nobody really knows about that one. And I'm like, well, you know, I have some friends that collect comics, and you know, there's an app that I use and all that stuff. And so he's like, oh, okay, cool. So your minds find that stuff funny. I just bought it because, I just bought it because I like the look of the statue. That, yeah, I mean, it looks awesome. I mean, we can just pull it up right now. If I just type in killer. Yeah, let's do, sorry if I'm about to flashbang you guys right here, so I'm sorry. All right, not right here, it's right here. So I apologize. I don't know why, but every time you click on like 3D collectible, it just, the entire screen just turns white for about half a second. Typical man-child toy guys. And I mean, it's not that deep. Whole Captain America 1 cover. Remember Batcroc all-time high was crazy? Yeah, I think it was, it's probably not going to show on, I think I need to tab out of this. I don't think it doesn't show on here because I think it was just too long ago. But I remember the all-time high was like 1,700. Oh no, it says it here. Floor price 1,700. Yeah, that was the all-time high, and it just completely just bottomed out. I think that was one of the first drops, because we saw it kind of with the lenticulars and some other stuff. With the lenticulars where it's like, okay, like it went up, then it just started really dipping. This was like the first drop that people were like, wow, like the market is really pulling back. And even then, like, remember, it didn't even go below retail for a long time. I mean, it took almost 6 months for it to like actually go under retail, but like that whole time, you know, everything was so profitable. Everything was so high in price from box price. This is the first one where people are like, wow, like things can go from here to here very, very, very quickly. Because before, everything else was pretty much a slow bleed, right? Golden moments, all that kind of stuff. But like this one went down very, very quickly. This one was 120 gems. Wasn't that statue 1K gems? 2K? No, it was 120 gems for the box price, if that's what you're asking. I know it's kind of hard to see from. And this one does have really, really good detail. The only thing I hate about viewing the collectibles is you can't pitch your camera up and down. Like it's locked in a central point of like the exact middle of the collectible, and you can only like pivot from that point. But no, it's a super cool looking collectible. This angle looks kind of crazy where he's about to like punch Killer Croc. Killer Croc's also cut in half, coming through the ground, but then he's also getting punched. Kind of would have been nice to, I like the statue, but it kind of would have been nice to get his like full body. You know, and I didn't notice these like batarangs like sticking out of him, like with like blood coming out. That's actually really cool too. Like I saw the blood before, but I didn't see like the actual batarangs like sticking out. So that is a really cool look. Hit 2 on drop and sold one for 2K, sold the other for around 600 after it. Well, dude, that's great. Or after it fell. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, there was, you know, a lot of people that you know, quote unquote paper handed and all that stuff like very early in VV, whatever the reasoning was. I mean, in hindsight now, right, they made the right move, but you know, everyone's a bit different. I kind of played it half and half. I did sell some collectibles. Like you guys have seen, I more than half of my collectibles are ones I bought back in early 2020, late 2021. And I just held them all the way through. I'm like, I might as well. Like Steamboat Willie's one. I mean, I landed that one on drop, but there's some things I did sell, but there's still some collectibles I bought for like way too high. You know, nowadays it would be considered too high. So, see what's else. There was also, whoops. Did we look at rising NFTs yet, or rising digital collectibles? Just look at the collectibles. Xenomorph poster. Up to 24. Went up 10 gems, so it went up to 14 to 24 gems. That's interesting. Was that like, this wasn't like an airdrop or anything, right? Was this like airdropped? No, it has a price and everything. Okay. I just don't remember. Honestly, posters, I just kind of just tune out with the posters, to be quite frank. So. Sorry, it's the name of the movie. Yeah, I know. Inglourious Bastards. Yeah, I know. I've seen it. Been 10 years since I've seen it. I remember it being funny. Like there's no specific scenes that like jump out to me, but I do remember it being pretty funny. What else is up right now? Zombie Captain America. Okay, I mean that went up a gem and a half, so nothing too crazy. Bucky Barnes. Interesting. Ultra Rare Storm was on the downtrend, but Secret Rare Storm is uptrending. Went up 21%. That's kind of crazy. I think the floor is just super thin. There's only 15 collectibles, so I think the floor is just super thin. Batgirl, and that's the other thing too. I need to kind of circle back around and grab a lot of the kind of, you know, FAs, you know, Wonder Woman, Batgirl, Joker, some of the DC ones, including Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, kind of circle back around and grab some of those ones. Supergirl, this is an FA. Was this one FA? Was this Artist Alley? Okay, I was gonna say, if I type in Artist Alley, I wonder if it shows the 4, which is, yeah. These are, I remember all these were FA except for Batgirl, because we already had that one. But I remember Hawk Girl, Supergirl, and Wonder Woman. These were the FAs of all of them, right? Right? No, this is not the FA. What's... It's all one word. Supergirl... Wait, was it this one? Oh, was this one? Okay, this is the one. Honestly, this is the one I like the least in a weird way, just aesthetically. I think the cartoony one and the Frank Cho. I mean, Frank Cho does some great renditions of characters. But yeah, I kind of like the other two a bit more. This one just looks great in the show. I feel like this one is used a lot in the showroom by all the Frank Chos are used a lot by the what's it called? She's like Vaultaholics and stuff like that. I see her quite a bit in there. Great ending, yeah. I don't. It's been so long. Honestly, I do not remember the movie. Like maybe a couple scenes, but it's been so long, and I don't even think I watched like the full movie from like beginning to end. Some pieces didn't reach their all-time high in January 2021 run. Like Tales of Suspense 52 only reached 50% very briefly. This might repeat for some pieces again. Yeah. I I don't know. It's also kind of giving people kind of just like reevaluating. For me right now, I don't want to say I'm done, but unless there's a new drop coming out like X-Men 1 or Wolverine or some other just drop where I'm just like, all right, I have to get this or whatever it is. I didn't put a ton of gems in the first like year and a half of VV just because I got lucky pretty early. I just kind of used, you know, house money at the end of the day. But at the same time, like I'm just seeing, you know, just the comics in general, right? Like pretty much everything is downtrending slowly. I'm not sure if that's because people are selling comics and collectibles and buying Omi, or just kind of moving around some funds, or maybe because the market's going down, people are just kind of panicking and selling more, or maybe people just need gems for cash out, or people just need gems in general, because sometimes even I find myself pretty gem poor at times. You know, there's a new drop and it's like, okay, it's 60 gems. I'm like, oof. All right, either I have to sell something on VV, which is relatively quick. Sometimes you have some stuff that you liked a year ago but you don't love now, so you just sell it, or you just put, you know, 60, 70, $80 in gems. And even then, right, if you want to buy it in the secondary market, you're like, okay, I can't just put in the box price. If I don't land it, I need to put more in. That's kind of where like price evaluations and stuff come in. But I want to look at one more thing, and we'll probably end the stream pretty soon. I only wanted to stream for about an hour and a half. I do think the unless you guys have something you guys want to talk about or bring up or whatever, but for the most part, yeah, I know Superstar Money right now is doing a stream, so podcast. Yep. Thanks for everyone that helped that liked my post and all that stuff on Twitter or X. Do you guys still call it Twitter or X? Like, I feel like if I call it X, people aren't gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. Be like, oh yeah, I posted it on X. Like, it just sounds weird in conversation. I'm still gonna call it Twitter. Like, I don't care. Everyone knows what I mean when I say Twitter, but like just calling it X, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking over there. I will start bringing back the videos though. I know a lot of people liked my market videos where I would just do I don't know, like an 8-minute to maybe 10-minute overview of the market. I know not everyone has time in their day to like look on the market, look at the highs and the lows, and so I wanted to keep it very simple. Part of the reason why I stopped doing that was because I really liked Ecomi Wiki as like a platform to like look up market. There was charts, it was easy to read, it was very aesthetically pleasing, but it seems like obviously that website's not getting supported right now, so I have to turn to things like my NFT tracker, which I like, but as you could tell, some of the stuff is out of date. Like when you look at newest NFTs, usually maybe it's just digital collectibles, maybe it doesn't show comics here. So I might start bringing those videos back and just kind of posting them maybe 2 or 3 times a week, just to kind of give people updates on the market and whatever's going on there. But cool. Yeah, if you guys don't want to talk about anything or hang out or whatever, let's see here. I call it Twitter because I never updated it on my phone to X. Ooh, okay. That's kind of cool. Maybe that's like a collector thing, right? Just never update it on your phone and sell your phone. Be like, yo, I'm selling a phone. It still calls it Twitter. I know there's like a big, I know there's like kind of a demand like that for like certain consoles, or there's like certain games that, I think someone did that for, was it Halo 3? It was either Halo 2 or Halo 3, where I think they started like shutting down the old servers, but there was like one guy, or there was like one server that was like open, so they like shut down all the servers, but there was like a group of people that all played in a game together, and as you know, if they kept playing the game, or if the game never ended, the server would just stay open. So all the others, no one could create a new game, but there was still one game just constantly running. And I think there was one guy who had that game running, or like left his Xbox on for like months, and he tried to keep it on as long as he could until I don't know if the internet went out or something happened. And like no one, I think, and no one new could join the game either. So people just kind of slowly left the game, but he stayed behind. So I don't know. I don't even know how I got on that topic, but yeah. So go ahead and please. Sorry about that. That was the ad. Lion King pencils going for 18. Stacked a few. Hope to pump some for that animation desk. Yeah, actually, we could talk about that very, very quickly. The desk. Me personally, I'm not going for it. We'll have to see. Let me see the current price of the pencils. The main one is going to be Wreck-It Ralph, right? I already know whales were stacking this to kind of help reduce the supply of desks. People bought it first just because I guess it came out in the market first. People also floored these for relatively cheap. You know, the price is up to 50 gems, so Tinkerbell should be getting airdrops soon, right? Like tonight? I don't think I like Tinkerbell, like when that pencil is supposed to get airdropped. Personally, I'm not going for the desk. It's not like I don't think it's going to do well or I believe in it or if it's going to be profitable. It's just, I don't know. I'd rather just keep the short-term gems, to be quite frank. And I'm not obsessed with Disney. I'm not obsessed with like all the art and kind of, I like some of the collectibles and I definitely want to circle back and like buy Simba and buy the other characters in like Lion King, or eventually when they do Aladdin, like come back around and buy some of those first appearances. But I'm kind of just buying the drop, selling the pencil, kind of just in preparation for basically everything to dump after the thing. Pencils on the 11th. Okay, so I guess they'll airdrop it like Sunday night. I think that's what they did last time. I remember I went to bed at like, I was about to go to bed at midnight and I get an alert on my phone and it said like, oh, you got the airdrop. And I think that was the Wreck-It Ralph or the Frozen pencil. It was one of the first two pencils. And I'm like, oh shoot, they did it like really early. So I think it was the Wreck-It Ralph pencil, and I think I ended up selling it for 35. Old Twitter NFTs were cool. That first tweet screenshot, yeah. But me personally, I'm skipping it. I know a lot of people are going for it. A lot of people are stacking pencils. Maybe that's a move too. You just stack some pencils. Maybe not. You don't need to buy 50 of them, but maybe grab a few if the goal is to either go for the drop or just flip a couple. Like if you think the Frozen 2 pencil. Because how much is the Tinkerbell one going for? Not Tinkerbell, but the Lion King. There's a lot of supply in here. Yeah, 18. So it's like maybe you buy a couple of these and you might think it might, I don't know, there's a pretty big wall. There's a lot of listings that kind of need to get gobbled up in order for it to be like prop. Because in my mind, I always think 10% for Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, even though it's technically 8.5, I'm like, all right, 10% is what it makes it worthwhile. So if you buy it at 18, you need to make sure it goes up at least $1, 1.8 gems to be profitable. But that's, I mean, we're talking fractions of a gem, and it's like, all right, at that point, is it even worth putting up 18 gems to maybe get a fraction of a gem in profit? I don't know, it's up to you guys. For me, that's not the move I would make personally, but it's up to you. I think Tinkerbell will be around the same as Frozen numbers. I think so too, just because the supply is so much lower. How many? Actually, I just look here. How many Tinkerbells are left? Let me refresh the page. I went too far. Did I go too far? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Damn, I'm just like blind. How many are left? So buy now. Okay, so about 80% of them have been bought up. Look at the secret rare. Yeah, I would. Yeah, about 85% of these have been bought up. So a little bit less supply. It's not like only half, and like that's a significant drop. I definitely think some people bought extras of these to reduce the supply even more. But yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it. I did get a Tinkerbell. I think I got lucky and I ended up getting an ultra rare. And I think I sold it for about 25 on the market. So, and then hopefully with selling the pencil as well, I'll be able to make a small bit of profit. But cool, guys. Go ahead and check out Superstar Money. They're streaming right now. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the chat, or if you guys just go to your YouTube homepage, usually you can find people live streaming there. So again, thanks for stopping by. Go hang out on their stream. I'm gonna go hang out over there as well for a little bit. So again, thanks for stopping by. I hope you guys have a good one. Stay safe. Please double and triple check all of your listings so you don't screw yourself over, and I'll catch you guys next time.